Philosophers and psychologists have observed that people often preach certain behaviors that they themselves don't live up to. A lot of times, even behaviors often don't match their actual preaching. So girls, the question is, do you follow what you preach?
Yes.
So basically, are you a hypocrite or not?
Yeah. So we were just saying in a really nice way.
I mean, yeah, of course, but I think there are times that, I mean, we're human beings.
Yeah.
We're humans, and so there are times that we're gonna say, no, we should do this, and we accidentally don't.
But are you the type of person to give a lot of advice?
No.
No?
No. Not
Because
anymore.
I feel like sometimes I give advice of things that I'm not actually doing. You know?
Like
Yeah.
when single people give couple relationship
Yes.
advice.
One time I was in like a horrible relationship. This was years ago. And someone was asking me for like relationship advice, or I started giving her advice. And then I was like, wait a second. I'm in like the crappiest relationship and I'm giving her advice?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
who am I?
know, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think for me also, it's like I don't give advice unless I'm asked to, because
Right.
I don't just give you my opinion. People don't necessarily like that. But I've caught myself saying, you know, I say all these things, but sometimes maybe I should take my own advice. And it's usually when it comes to relationships. Because everything else I'm pretty good at. But when it comes to relationship, when you fall in love, everything just...
Yeah, you forget.
you forget everything. You know
You
what I mean?
definitely forget everything that you've preached to your friends
Yeah.
before.
What's one thing that you preach and that you follow? Or you try to?
Oh, that I try to all the time?
Honesty.
Yeah, positivity.
Positivity,
Be positive,
honesty.
love yourself, stuff like that. I mean, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, there are days where you wake up and you're
Yeah.
crying and you're like, oh my God, I'm cramping and I'm having a horrible day, and
Yeah.
you're negative. And that's not necessarily what I was preaching the day before.
Yeah.
But if anything, me preaching that and my friends hearing
Makes
me
you do it.
preach
Yeah.
makes me do it. It makes my friends go, hey,
Holds you accountable. Holds you accountable.
exactly, exactly. And your friends are there too to go, hey, you always say this about yourself and now you're not doing it.
Yeah.
I think for me, one of the things that I'm trying to do now the most, and I think is very important, is to be impeccable with your word.
Oh,
Girl,
that's great.
this
Yeah.
is my arms right now for you.
Yeah.
My dad always told me that when I was
Because
a kid.
that's gonna even help you too, to
Right.
free yourself of worry,
Yeah.
to free yourself of guilt, to free yourself of blame, because you were impeccable with what
Yeah.
you said.
You know
Yeah.
what? It's funny you say that, because I think that's something that I personally work on. For me, I have to keep the promises that I make to certain
Yeah.
people, because I generally keep it to most people, but sometimes depending on my priority list, like where you fall in my priority list, I'm like, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's important to be a person of your word every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
so-
dad said that. I mean, if he told me the other day, he said, if I had one piece of advice to give you, of all the fatherly advice that I could ever possibly give you, it would be own up to your word every time.
Yeah, be accountable
Because
for
that is
yourself.
going to last with you from day one all
Yeah.
the way till the end.
And being impeccable with your word is not only doing what you say you will do, but also the words that you choose.
The delivery.
Yes, the delivery and everything that the way that you're gonna say things and
Yeah.
the words that you're gonna say it with.
I think especially when you're giving advice to people, you can say the meanest thing, or like, you know, something that's really true, but it might hurt the person. If you deliver it properly, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you know the person's sensitivities
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sensibilities. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's important.
One example of people who are always preaching and not living up to it is found in religion.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
the
Every time,
priest,
all the
come on.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the current climate that we're in. This is an immigration country. Let's just see.
And we've
We
got
know
a
what's
lot
going
of
on right
different-
now. So yeah, we're not living up to our own standards as a
I
country.
think a lot of that is sometimes not even really knowing what those are.
Yeah.
You know, you say you may believe in a certain religion, but a lot of that requires research
Yeah.
and diving in and figuring out, do I really believe this? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
being accountable for your word, you're gonna have to know what you're meaning and what you...
We're gonna talk about this a lot more on this show.